Support for this program is provided in part by Guido's Fresh Marketplace. Welcome to my cooking show, The Natural Cook. I'm Anna Gershenson. Today we are talking about the art of home cooking. This is the kind of art that we cannot let die. And this is why I invited my grandchildren to my show, so that you can see what your kids or grandkids can do to help you when you are preparing a meal. This is Eitan. He's 9 years old, and this is Gaia. She is 7, and they eat real food at home that their mommy prepares for them, and also have helped me on numerous occasions preparing food, including baking. So today we're continuing with the theme of eating from a bowl, and the Thai rice bowl happens to be Eitan and Gaia's favorite meal. Eitan even asked whether this could be his birthday meal. So let's talk about what we are putting into rice bowl. First of all, it's rice. What kind of rice are we putting into the rice bowl today, Eitan?
We are putting,
basmati rice.
basmati rice.
Okay. Well, what else are we putting into the rice bowl, Gaia?
We are putting in meat.
Right, ground beef. What else? We are putting, Eitan
Carrots.
and Gaia, scallions
Scallion.
and basil and cilantro. These are herbs that are going to flavor our meal. And the most delicious thing is the sauce. We will be using lime juice, and we'll be adding either soy sauce or coconut aminos, fish sauce, and a little bit of sugar, and then we'll taste it. Okay, so let's start cooking rice, because it takes time to cook rice. So we will first wash the rice. This is basmati rice that has a coating, right? So when you wash it, what do you see? What does the water look like when you wash this rice?
It gets cloudy.
Exactly. And it's important to wash it until the water is
Clear.
absolutely. That removes the starch. Okay, so we washed it off the set, so it is clean. And in the meantime, we will prepare the liquid in which this rice is going to cook. Usually we just cook it in hot water. But today we are going to flavor our rice. It is going to be coconut rice. So what is going to flavor it? What are we adding?
Coconut milk.
Yes, right. So let us warm up our stove. And you know what, guys? When we cook coconut rice, it's important for us to know how to cook it. So a lot of people really have problems with what do we do with basmati rice, because it's so delicious, but how to cook it. So today we're going to show them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to measure, because it's important to have the right measurements. So we will use our coconut milk, and it's pretty rich, so we'll stir it a little bit. Eitan, will you help me stir it?
Okay.
Please do. Stir it so that, you know, the coconut water and the fat that is usually on the top, that they all get mixed together. And then, like, you can do it more vigorously. Yes, good. Okay, now they're all mixed together. All right, great. So we'll put it here not to make it dirty, and then we will measure it. You want to taste it? Does it taste good? Nice and sweet?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much good.
Okay, so we will add a cup of coconut milk and put it into our skillet. And it already was preheated, so you see it started bubbling. And then we will also add water because I don't want it to be that rich. So we'll use about 3/4 cups of water because for 1 cup of rice, I'm afraid that 1.5 cups is not going to be sufficient. In general, the ratio, if you are cooking 2 cups of rice, you should use 3 cups of water. All right, so we are bringing it to boil, and what are we going to do with rice? Where are we going to put it?
We are going to put it into our pot.
Right, so please help me. Take it and dump it into the pot. Great, and make sure that everything is dislodged. Okay, wonderful. So now we'll also add our seasoning, which is salt and a little bit of sugar. Usually we don't add sugar, but because it's a flavorful dish, we want rice to be a little flavored. So we will take, come here, Gaia. Take like a pinch of salt, good pinch, with 3 fingers, like that, with all fingers, see? All fingers, and put it there. Okay, bigger pinch, more. Okay, a little more. So it's a good idea to add your salt to your rice and then add a little bit of sugar. Yes, you can do a little bigger pinch. Turn on the heat, good. And then we'll add our hot water, and careful, stay away from the stove. You don't want to be burned. And we're adding it to our rice and bringing it back to boil. Okay? All right, so we want to make sure that all the liquid goes in. Okay, now we'll set it aside and we will bring it to boil. Okay, how do we know that it's boiling? How do we know that it's boiling?
Because it has bubbles.
Right, exactly. So first, let's make sure to bring it to adequate heat. Let's do power temp. Okay, so where do you think the bubbles will start? Will they start in the middle or on the sides?
I think they'll start on the side.
Right, because it starts heating from the sides better, and then it comes to the middle, right? Okay, so when it starts boiling, while it goes to boil, and it's already boiling, we will reduce the heat. Okay, put it on the lowest heat, cover it, and put some foil. And you know why I'm using foil? Because we want to keep all the steam inside. Can you give me the other piece of foil? Okay, thank you. We keep all the steam inside because all that steam is going to help our rice cook. In the meantime, tell me, what is rice, Eitan?
Rice is a grain.
Correct. And where does it grow?
It grows in little green plants that
Yes.
are planted in water.
Yes. And in what countries do they grow rice?
They grow in North China.
In what?
and
India.
India?
Yes.
Okay, and Pakistan.
Correct, correct. And so now the rice is cooking on low heat, and it will take about 15 minutes for it to cook. So step aside a little bit, and let's now proceed to our next jobs that we need to do. So the next job is peeling the carrot and washing the herbs. So Gaia, you will be in charge of drying the herbs. And why are we washing the herbs? Putting them into a bowl of cold water, Eitan.
We are putting them in a bowl of cold water because the water surrounds it. Just running it under a faucet won't get all of the things out.
All of the dirt, right? Okay, so we swish it a little bit, and now we can pick it up. See all the sand on the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, now you can pick it up and put it into a salad spinner.
Okay.
Gaia, why is it important for us to put it into a salad spinner and spin it?
Because it spins it and it gets the water out.
Correct. We don't want to have the water in our herbs because it will dilute our flavors. And you put it very nicely together. Now, show us how you are going to spin it. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Do you see the water running off? Yes. Okay, now let's check and see. Well, we should do it a little more vigorously because otherwise the water stays there. Do it a little more vigorously. Hold on to it. Eitan, help her. Hold to it. Yes. Okay, great. See? Now water is really accumulating there. Wonderful. Okay, now we need to, what you can also help me with is taking these herbs and removing them from their stems because we don't really need to use the stems in our cooking. And this is going to be very helpful to let you do this. So you'll get 2 bowls. One will be for the stems and one for the leaves. And these, see, we have like tender stems and they are fine to keep. But if you see you have like a bigger stem, then you just take it off and put it here. All right, you can both go to work. Okay, so while the kids are working, let me tell you a little bit more about the rice. First of all, the rice doesn't naturally come white. It comes brown. And of course, everybody is telling you how good brown rice is for you for a reason, because all the bran and all the fat and that is in the germ and all the vitamins and minerals and fiber, they are all in the outer shell of the rice. And so what happens, tell me kids, what happens, Eitan, when they make white rice? How do they make white rice?
They make white rice by taking off the outer layer of the brown rice.
Correct.
And inside only starch is left, and that's what makes the white rice.
Okay, so the reason that they process rice this way is because fat really spoils quickly. And so when you take the fat out, then the grain it has a longer shelf life. And of course, it's very convenient, but then it loses a lot of its nutrition. So we are interested in feeding our bodies, to giving ourselves all the nutrients we possibly can. So of course, eating brown rice is preferable. And there are many kinds of brown rice. You know, there is short grain and long grain. There is also black rice, forbidden rice. There is arborio rice. But what's so good about basmati rice is that it has the carbohydrate that is called amylose. And this carbohydrate is really the kind of carbohydrate that has very low glycemic index, which means that your body is going to be processing it slowly, and it's not going to allow the release of insulin. So for people in general, and especially for people with diabetes, this is really a very, very, very good rice to incorporate into their diet. So how are we doing, kids? Great.
We're doing pretty good.
Excellent. They are doing a great job. Okay.
Done.
Excellent. You don't have to do the whole thing. That's fine. We don't really need more than that. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. So while rice is cooking, what we are going to do with you is mix the sauce. Okay. So what goes into our sauce? Lime juice. And I already squeezed the lime. And then we have either soy sauce or coconut aminos. And coconut aminos come from coconut, right? Right. It is the sap of coconut that is aged, and then you add like salt, dry aged salt in this particular product, and then it becomes very flavorful, and it really is a good substitute for soy sauce. Can your mommy eat soy sauce?
Nope.
No. Why can't she eat soy sauce?
Because she's allergic to soy.
Right, absolutely. She's allergic to soy, and also soy has gluten if it's processed together, soy sauce together with wheat, which usually it does. So this is really a wonderful alternative to have soy sauce without the gluten. Okay, so let's quickly mix the sauce. So we're going to have 4 tablespoons of lime juice. Okay, so Eitan, put lime juice into our bowl. And we'll use today coconut aminos so that mommy can also taste it. Good. We'll use about the same amount of coconut aminos as the lime. But the thing is that if you use soy sauce, you don't really need to use as much because soy sauce is much saltier and more potent. What else goes into it? Fish sauce. Fish sauce is also, it's a very delicious condiment and fermented product. Hold it. Yes. And I'll pour it. And we'll start with about 2 tablespoons, and then we can taste. We can always add more, right? Okay, put it in. But we cannot take out, right? Okay, put it in. All right. All right. And a little bit of sugar. Okay, we'll put a little of sugar. And then you can take a fork and mix it up. Okay. And then we can taste it. Let's take teaspoons, quickly taste. And see what's missing here. You taste, and I'll taste. And we'll see what's missing. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Do you think something is missing? A little more fish sauce?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
Okay.
I also think a little more.
And don't put your spoons back. I'll give it to you now, because we don't want our germs to end up there, right? So keep your spoons, but I will let you taste.
With more spoons.
Okay, yes, we have more spoons. Okay, now try. Is it good?
Yes, but it might need a little more of soy sauce.
Soy sauce, okay, good. Okay, so now thank you for helping. You can leave the set,
Okay.
and I will continue. Our rice is cooking, so it will take 20 minutes to cook the rice. So we will take the break to cook the rice, and then we'll return and we'll continue with our show. We were cooking our basmati rice for 15 minutes over very low heat. And then for another 5 minutes, you want to remove it from heat and put it aside, and then continue keeping it covered so that all the steam is there and continues cooking your rice. And then we'll fluff it up. In the meantime, I will start cooking our meat, because this is a protein that goes into our rice bowl. So the oven, the stove is on, so I'm going to check if it is hot by sprinkling some water, and you see that it evaporates, so it's good to go. I will take ground beef and put it into the skillet. As you see, I'm not adding any fat to it because there is fat already in the beef. And we will cook it over fairly hot heat. And I will start seasoning it right away, because if you season the meat from the beginning with salt and ground black pepper, then you know that it is going to absorb it. If you wait until it's ready, then your meat will not be as seasoned, or won't really absorb the seasoning as readily. And of course, I used beef from cows that were raised without hormones, antibiotics, and grass-fed is preferable. So the skillet is fairly hot, and I am putting some freshly ground pepper. This is the only seasoning that you need for your beef. I'll increase the heat to make sure that it cooks more vigorously. And all you want to do is to make sure that there is no longer any more pink color, that the beef is cooked through and that it's broken up. So as you see, I'm using this wooden spatula that is one of my favorite tools, and I am hitting the beef pretty vigorously and kind of like rotating it and flipping it to make sure that all the parts are getting the heat. Okay, so while the beef is cooking, I will get to my rice. I will remove this foil and take a fork and remove the lid. And now we are ready to fluff up our rice. You see the grains are beautiful, they are separate, and this is what is so special about basmati rice, that other kinds of rices with more starch content are gelatinous, like for example arborio rice or jasmine rice, or the rice that you use to make sushi. But this rice keeps the grains separate, and that's what's so special about it. And this is why the starch, it happens because the starch content is very, very low in this rice, and that's what's so good for you. So our rice is actually ready. I will continue with the beef, and then we are going to assemble our bowls. So what is special about eating from bowls? It's because you can throw everything together in a bowl, and what we are looking for is actually a combination of, you know, grains and protein, and then vegetables, as well as fresh herbs, and very important thing is condiment. And today we prepared condiment with the kids, combining our lime juice. Lime juice is really indicative of Thai cuisine, as well as we didn't use soy sauce, but you can use it. And then, of course, you won't use as much of it. And make sure to keep tasting so that you do not oversalt your condiments. And then fish sauce and a little bit of sugar. We mixed it, and it tasted good to the kids. So I tasted it myself. It should be really highly seasoned, because this is what is going to flavor your dish. So other things that go into, so last time, as you remember, we made buckwheat. That was our grain, and we topped it with egg. That was our protein. And our meat is practically ready. And we had fairly low-fat beef. It was 90%. If your beef is high in fat, you will see more fat. So what we want to do is make sure that the fat is drained. But this is really, I wanted to show you the trick I use. So I use, you know, some paper towel. This is very convenient so that it will hold on to the fat and it won't roll back into the beef. And then I remove the paper towel and just get rid of it. Okay. We will put our beef into the bowl, as well as our rice. And our herbs today are cilantro, basil, and scallions. They are all very, very flavorful and full of antioxidants. And we also use grated carrots. I peeled the carrots, and your kids can help you with that. Okay, we'll put it aside. So your kids can help you with peeling carrots and grating carrots. So the beef is ready, as well as our rice. We'll put it into a bowl. See how nice and fluffy it is? Okay, so I will invite the kids back to the set so that they can assemble their rice bowls. And what we will use for spicing it up is sriracha. It's very delicious sauce. So let's put aside our dirty dishes. Okay, guys, so these are going to be your bowls. So what are we going to start with? We'll start with rice, right? Okay, here is your bowl, and here is your bowl. And let me put some rice for you. All right, rice for Gaia. How much?
I'll tell you.
Good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's it.
Okay, what about you, Eitan? How much?
2 spoons.
2 spoons, okay. And then you will do the rest, guys. So next goes the meat. Okay, and Eitan, you go next. And then goes the carrot. Okay, very nice. Put it over it. And then, of course, we are going to be mixing it. Come here, Gaia, come here, come closer. They are going to be, okay, carrots, please, go ahead. Yeah, take turns. While, yes, okay, closer. All right. Good. Eitan next. Gaia, while Eitan is doing carrots, you can do your herbs. Cilantro that you helped wash. And basil that we chopped as well, and scallions. Okay, go ahead, guys. All right. Okay, and what is flavoring our dish? Did you put enough of everything?
Nope.
No? Okay, make sure to put enough.
I might just want a little more meat.
Okay,
I love this meat.
okay, so put a little more. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
One scallion.
Okay, all right. Sauce, how much sauce?
Like 2 spoons.
2 spoons? Okay. Gaia, how much for you?
3 spoons.
3 spoons, I think, will be too much for you. It will be too seasoned.
Okay,
You
I'm
can
fine.
mix it. And how much sriracha?
5 drops.
1.
One.
Oops. Yes, has to open it.
1, 2.
Okay.
Okay, that was.
And
spoon.
I'll have.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
mix it.
3.
Show
What
us
about
how
I
you're
say
mixing
3?
it actually.
You
Take
need
the
a.
spoon.
Yes, and then you have
You
to
need to
taste
take the
it.
spoon and do
have to-
this.
Okay.
Mix
Then
and
some
mix
of
and
this,
just, like,
this,
Yes.
some
So
of
make
this.
sure
spin
that your
around
spoon,
and-
that your bowls are not too small, because if they are too small, then the kids will be spilling things all over. And actually, I think that mixing it with a fork will be a little bit more convenient, right? You can eat it with a spoon, but the fork will do a better job of mixing it.
Get the stuff off the fork. We need to
So-
keep stuff on the
So
spoon.
today, you learned how to make a Thai rice bowl. Okay, eat it.
No.
Thai rice
Let's try
bowl.
it. Why not?
And
Yeah.
how is it?
It's awesome.
Okay. Did we do a good
It's
job
amazing. Yep.
seasoning everything? Okay, wonderful. Okay,
It's perfect. The people who try it will love it.
okay, wonderful. So today the important thing that we learned is that rice is a grain, that it's grown in northern India and Pakistan,
Yeah.
and that it is not white naturally.
It's brown.
Yes, and that in order to make it white, we need to process it. So this is actually the only processed food that we eat. And this is all real food. So, but still, even though brown basmati rice is better for us, but white basmati rice is still a very special rice because of the special starch that it has, that has very low glycemic index, and that is not going to make you get hungry very quickly. Besides, you are having it flavored with coconut oil, which has good fat in it, right?
Yeah.
And will also help this food digest longer in your tummy, and it will nourish you very, very well. So you are not only eating real food, but you are nourishing your cells.
Yay!
And you feel good and active and strong for a long time. And when you want to eat again, you eat healthy snacks, right? So how do you like helping in the kitchen?
I really love it.
I like helping.
So do you think that you will feel comfortable next time when mommy makes this rice bowl? What kind of jobs are you going to do to help mommy make it?
The job that we made today.
Well, which jobs? Tell me exactly. What are you going to help mommy?
We're going to peel the carrots and
Yes.
chop and like cut the herbs or remove them from stems.
Yes,
And we are going to help make the sauce and
yes,
help with washing the rice
yes.
and washing everything.
Yes, excellent. And then, of course, you can assemble it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wonderful. So kids can also learn math while they're cooking. They can be introduced to fractions because when they are measuring ingredients, we will tell them 1.5 cups and they will know what it is before they even go to school and learn it from their teacher, right? Okay, so math comes in very handy in the kitchen. So it's such a great idea for you guys to invite your kids into your kitchen and to build healthy eating habits and preserve this wonderful art of cooking at home. So please make this at home. Let me know how you liked it. And look up this recipe on Facebook, where I'm posting my episode and my recipe, The Natural Cook with Anna Gershenson, and come back to watch me. Bye.
Bye.
Support for this program is provided in part by Guido's Fresh Marketplace.